I've always been a man who believes in second chances. As the CEO of Future Horizon, I've built my company on the idea that everyone deserves respect, no matter their background. But lately, I'd heard troubling rumors about the way some employees were treating people who came to our building, particularly those who seemed down on their luck. And I couldn't help but wonder, was this company truly living up to its core values? Or had we become too focused on success and profit to remember the importance of compassion? That's when I decided to do something drastic. I decided to go undercover. I wanted to experience firsthand how the staff at my own company treated people in need. But I didn't want them to recognize me. I wanted them to treat me as just another person who had nowhere else to turn. So I made plans to disguise myself as homeless. I sat in front of a mirror in my apartment, staring at my reflection. I had everything that most people dreamed of: money, success, a beautiful home. But now, I was about to become someone I had never been. I looked at myself one last time before a makeup artist helped transform me. My slick hair was replaced with a messy wig, my sharp suit swapped for ragged clothes. The artificial dirt and fake scars made me look older, rougher. I barely recognized myself. The hardest part was leaving behind my expensive car and the smartphone I carried everywhere. I had to become someone completely different. I wanted to know what it felt like to be ignored, to be treated like I didn't matter. When I arrived at the office building the next morning, I could already feel the weight of what I was doing. I stood at the entrance with a cardboard sign that read, "Just need a chance." I could hear the click of high heels and the hum of conversations around me as employees walked by, some of them glancing at me but quickly looking away. No one stopped. No one asked if I needed help. The first person to approach me was the security guard. He looked me up and down, then told me to leave, saying I was scaring off potential clients. His words were sharp, and they stung. I tried to explain, but he wasn't listening. He just told me to move along, to get out of his way. I didn't argue. I knew what I was seeing: the dismissiveness, the discomfort. People weren't stopping to help, they were avoiding me. As I sat on the curb, feeling the sting of rejection, I tried to remind myself that this wasn't about me. It was about understanding how others were treated, especially those who didn't fit the mold of success. Then, something unexpected happened. A young woman named Mia, an intern who I had never seen before, walked up to me. She didn't look away or rush past me. Instead, she gave me a soft smile and said, "Hey, are you hungry?" She pulled out a sandwich from her bag and handed it to me. "It's not much, but I hope it helps," she said kindly. I was stunned. I hadn't expected any kind of kindness. Mia didn't see me as an inconvenience or a threat. She saw me as a person in need of help, and that's exactly what she gave me. I was speechless as I took the sandwich from her. "Thank you," I said, my voice cracking. She smiled and walked off, unaware of how much her simple act of kindness had meant to me. In that moment, I remembered the values I had worked so hard to build at Future Horizon: respect, compassion, and treating others with dignity. Mia had embodied them all. As the day went on, I tested the waters again. I entered the building, hoping to see if anyone inside might be different. I made my way to the receptionist's desk. Her name was Linda. When I approached, she barely looked up from her phone. I tried asking her for help, but she rolled her eyes and sarcastically asked if I was lost. Then she called security on me. I felt the sting of humiliation again, as the security guard escorted me out of the building, this time even more forcefully than before. No one came to my defense. No one cared. But then, the most surprising thing happened. From the street, Mia saw the commotion and came rushing over. She confronted the guard and asked him why I was being treated so badly. Then, without hesitation, she handed me a bottle of water and apologized for the behavior of her colleagues. "Please don't let them get to you," she said, looking me straight in the eyes. "Not everyone here is like them." I felt a lump in my throat. Mia, the young intern, was the only one who had seen me for who I really was. The rest of the company seemed too caught up in their own world to notice someone in need. By the time I made my way to the cafeteria, I was tired, both physically and emotionally. I just wanted to see one person, who might show me some decency. That's when I ran into Mr. Peterson, a senior manager. I had barely gotten my tray when he started yelling at me for trespassing. He told me to leave the cafeteria, loudly enough for everyone to hear. That's when Sarah, another employee, stepped in. She walked over to Mr. Peterson and told him to stop. She looked at me and said, "Are you okay? Let's get you something to eat." She bought me a hot meal and even sat down with me to talk. She didn't judge me. She treated me with the same respect she would give any other person. As I sat there with Sarah sharing a meal, I realized something profound. There was still good in this world. Despite the cruelty I had seen, Sarah and Mia had proven that kindness wasn't gone. It was still alive. And it was something I needed to nurture in my own company. At the end of the day, I returned to my office, still disguised. I called an emergency meeting. When my employees filed in, I walked to the front, my heart pounding. As I stood before them, I removed the wig and the ragged clothes, revealing who I really was. The room went silent. Gasps filled the air as they realized who I was. "I am Jonathan Blake," I said, "CEO of Future Horizon, and I've been watching. I wanted to see how we treat people when no one is watching. What I've learned today will change everything." I thanked Mia and Sarah for their compassion, and I called out those who had mistreated me, like the security guard, Linda, and Mr. Peterson. I explained that respect and empathy were the pillars of our company, and anyone who couldn't abide by that would no longer have a place here. The change wasn't immediate, but it was clear that the company had learned a lesson. We implemented new training on compassion and empathy, and we began rewarding the employees who showed kindness and integrity. And as for me, I will never forget the simple lesson that one person's kindness can make all the difference. Mia's small gesture, her willingness to show me a bit of humanity, reminded me of why I built this company in the first place. To create a space where people are treated with respect, no matter who they are or where they come from. That day, I learned more than I ever could have imagined, and I vowed never to let the culture of Future Horizon lose sight of what truly matters. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. I truly hope this story made an impact on you, as it did on me. If you found it inspiring or thought-provoking, please take a moment to like this video. It helps so much in getting the message out to more people. I'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments, so feel free to share your opinions, reactions, or any personal stories you want to add. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on future videos packed with powerful stories, lessons, and content that you can relate to. And if this video touched you, don't hesitate to share it with friends, family, or anyone who could benefit from hearing this message. Your support means the world to me, and it helps this community grow and spread positivity. Thanks again for being part of this journey. Together, we're making a difference. See you in the next video.